young graduate engineers have closed 6 months of internship. It is a journey in which they were followed and given support by the Institution of Engineers Rwanda through a program called Africa Catalyst, funded by the Royal Academy of Engineering.
This project has started in 2017 as a pilot project. It has been supported by Royal Academy of Engineering.
Our aspiration is to place engineering at the heart of society. Now, although we are based in the UK, we have a global outlook, and that's what brings me to Rwanda today. Through the Africa Catalyst program, we're working to build the professional capacity of professional engineering institutions. We're very pleased to be working with the Institute of Engineers Rwanda to ensure that young graduates are ready for the labor market.
Currently, we've been working with this project since 2017, and we've so far covered 2 phases. Today we're into the 3rd phase, which will be starting early next year in January, and a number of young graduate engineers have benefited from that in different fields.
It is a project which was created after realizing the gap between the students' skills and engineering work on the field.
There's a big mismatch between the theoretical aspects that we get from university and the practical work. So when we go to the field, we tend to see some problems. So it's good to have a bridge program that would allow people to fit on the market.
Iki gikorwa ni cyiza kuko mu ishuri biba bitandukanye no hanze. Mu ishuri bubizi muri theory, hanze ugerayo wenda byinshi bikagucanga. Iyo ugeze hanze rero ugira amahirwe yo kubaza abandi basanzwe bamenyereyemo.
Urabona iyo turangije kwiga tuba tubura experience yo kuri site cyangwa kuri terrain. Rero niyo mpamvu mbona ko iyi program ni kimwe mu bikorwa byiza byateguwe na Institute of Engineers Rwanda, kandi mbona ko bizatugira umusaruro mu gihe kizaza.
Many young engineers graduate each year, in addition to others who had graduated the year before. That is why choosing candidates is to be done in transparency.
Tutanga amatangazo ku mbuga nkoranyambaga kuri internet, hanyuma tukabishyira no ku mbuga zo duhuriraho nk'abenjeniyeri kugira ngo babimenyeshe abanyeshuri bavuye mu ishuri bagakora application. Urumva ntitwafata umubare wose, bigendana n'ubushobozi buhari. Haba rero hari plafond y'ubushobozi baba baragennye bufasha uwo mushinga wose uzamura engineering muri rusange. Rero ubushobozi bwari buhari bwafataga abana 60. Abakoze application tubahuriza hamwe tukabakoresha test.
The Institution of Engineers Rwanda selected 131 applicants who fulfilled requirements, and they passed the exam. Basing on the result, 60 of them were selected for the internship. These young graduate engineers, after being selected, were given trainings to integrate perfectly with what engineering career is. They were taught core values of engineers on work. They were taught importance of Africa Catalyst project and the benefits they will gain from it, as there are their fellow who didn't get this chance. They were taught what qualifications an engineer of each discipline should have. They were told about rules and regulations governing a practicing engineer. For example, the fact that every engineer should be registered in the Institution of Engineers. They were recommended to keep discipline and to behave accordingly at the site of the internship.
You are now representing Institution of Engineers Rwanda.
All of the 60 young graduate engineers started the internship by visiting this building, which combines all the engineering fields.
ukaniga no kubikora sibyo kandi ukiga kubikora ugaharanira kwiga kubyo umenya ibirenze ibiri ahanga kugira ngo nugera n'ahari bishasha uzakwihuta sibyo.
As far as the internship is concerned, this step is important because they saw the reality of what they were always being told in theory, and they could compare it to what they were taught in school. As they kept visiting, everyone got to identify which career of engineering would be good for her or him.
nanjye nize civil engineering. Civil engineering ni discipline ifite ibintu byinshi cyane. Iyo ugeze kuri terrain ni nabwo ushobora kumenya exactly ngenda fata orientation muri iki ngiki.
According to site managers, this program of the Institution of Engineers Rwanda and the Royal Academy of Engineering is very important as it builds the capacity and the capability of engineers of the developing countries, and it helps them to be self-confident and to get trustworthy employees.
The program's great. I think with experience within ROCA, we've had interns coming through the program already and being very successful. And the program seems very, very well coordinated. And I think if everyone in the industry can support the program, it'll be very successful.
That is why ROCA is ready to receive a number of interns.
Yes, we are.
And the site manager is ready to supervise them personally.
You want to give each individual intern the attention that they require to uplift them and educate them and train them so that they become efficient.
From this place, they were sent to different sites where they were to spend 6 months of internship, working like other employed engineers and in the same conditions as them. All 60 managed to get better sites where to perform the internship, suitable to give practical trainings to engineers. And this was noted when these young graduates were being visited by their mentors and the evaluation by the Royal Academy of Engineering in conjunction with the Institution of Engineers Rwanda. They became self-confident, built projects for their future life, and there was no more confusion about the line of their careers.
Sanjye byari inzozi zanjye muri njyewe. Gusa kuba narabyize byambereye byiza cyane. Habaho wenda nko kwitinya. Cyiza nuko nabona akazi nanjye nkajya muri projet nyinshi nyine nanjye nkajya nkora design nkabona wenda nk'ibikorwa byanjye biri kugenda bikorwa nagira nk'ahantu wenda nkavuga iranzwe njye bayi designinze nabyanshimisha.
For me in 5 years nko mu myaka 5 iri imbere mbona ko ndifuza kuba nka project manager.
The speciality we find in this Space of Africa Catalysts project is that company owners, contractors, and site managers began to well understand its importance. All these 60 internees graduated and received certificates which testify to their skills and aptitude and will help them in applying for a job.
As this project has been successful since 2017, 2018, 2019, Royal Academy have found that it can add value in engineering in general. So they give us another chance of phase 3, which is starting in January. We have signed another contract, so we are waiting to start also that one with 60 young graduates also.
We've been working with the IER since 2017, and we're very pleased to see the continued success and commitment in order to ensure that graduates are ready for the labor market. We would like to continue working with IER to create sustained impact and to continue to make this possible. We want to say at the Royal Academy, we're here to support you. We're here to help to guide those wider conversations at a macro scale to ensure that the industry and academia are working closer together.
The internship expectations were attained.
Like the lady who is here, representing the Royal Academy, Mrs. Warieli, was saying, is that since we are doing well, they can go ahead and go for other phases. We've shared with her our challenges, depending on, in terms of numbers of the engineers, but also the amount of money they are facilitated with. So basically, we really appreciate this is a good project, and we're looking forward to increasing it in terms of signing MOUs with other partners, like currently we have with RDB, RTDA, and we're looking at also other institutions like MTN, Ericsson, Brariwa, Wazak and Reg, all those, so that when these young engineers graduate, they can take them into consideration so that they learn those skills practically. But also they can also put in some money to facilitate their lunch, their transportation and the likes.
The fact that Africa Catalyst project achieves its goals is proven by the trust engineering enterprise owners give to young engineers who finish this internship. In the first phase, 20 young graduate engineers out of 30 were immediately employed. In the phase that followed, and which comprised 60 young graduates, most of them received jobs. And as for this phase, the most important thing to say is that all of them are self-confident and senior engineers trust in them.